B. How many people like Friends? How many people love Friends? Well, I think some Koreans love Friends. But I want to tell you about my friends when I was growing up, because we didn't have friends. And I'll show you some pictures of my friends. Saturday morning, I would watch Babe the Pig, or Bugs Bunny, or Donald Duck, or Bessie the Cow, or Lassie, or Porky Pig, or Mr. Ed, or Foghorn Leghorn, the big talking rooster. And I would be a little confused, because Saturday morning I'd watch these cartoons of these animals, and then I'd come downstairs and we'd have pork chops for lunch, or maybe hot dogs. And I'd say to my mom, "Mom, no, I don't want to eat Porky Pig, I can't eat him." And she'd say, "No, don't worry, honey, it's not Porky Pig, it's another animal. But maybe a friend of Porky Pig's." And I was really confused. Well, what is it about all these animals that all these things have in common? These are all animals that people eat. In Europe, they eat horses, and of course pigs and dogs and roosters. So it's very confusing to me as I was growing up. So today I would like to talk to you about becoming a vegetarian. Now, how many people have ever had a pet? You've had a pet. And how many people would say that you like animals? Now, I think we all agree that we all like animals, and yet we eat animals. So today I'm going to try to convince you to take on a vegetarian diet. Now, I've been a vegetarian for over 20 years, and I feel really good about it, and I feel physically like I'm very healthy, maybe healthier than most people. So I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why you should take on a vegetarian diet. For health reasons, for the environment, and for personal reasons. Let's talk about health first. Probably you all know about cholesterol. Cholesterol are meat products that get into your veins and arteries and clog it up. It's very unhealthy. It can cause a heart attack. You only get cholesterol from meat products, not from a vegetarian diet. And concentration of chemicals. When animals eat chemicals like pesticides and antibiotics, anything like that, it concentrates in their body. And when we eat meat, we get that higher concentration. So a much higher concentration of chemicals in a meat diet than a vegetarian diet. And also meat is much harder to digest. Think about pulling apart a piece of meat. That would be very difficult. Well, your body has to break down meat, and it's much harder. And also think about putting a piece of meat on a counter for 2 days. What would it look like after 2 days? And what would it smell like? But that meat is going through your body at very high temperature for that time. So there's a much higher chance of food poisoning. And we all know about infection from meat, like mad cow disease. You can't get mad cow disease from a non-meat diet. Let's quickly look at some different statistics. And on these, the vegetarian is always on the right side. You'll see that it's much lower. Anemia has to do with blood diseases. And diabetes, the sugar problem in the blood, much lower. And thyroid is this gland in here. You can get cancer. And even mental diseases, mental problems, much lower among vegetarians. And heart disease, much lower. High blood pressure, lung problems, digestive organs, diseases of the bones, and even cancer, of course, cancer. Well, I've told you many reasons about health problems with the vegetarian diet. Now I'm going to tell you about environmental reasons. And the problem is that with so many, there are so many cows and animals, we don't realize it in the city. But in the U.S. alone, there are over 100 million cows, just cows. That doesn't include chickens and pigs. So many. And in the world, there are over 1 billion cows. Well, all of this cows and concentration of animals causes a lot of problems, like greenhouse gas. Did you know that 18% of all greenhouse gas comes from cows? Cows, when they digest, they make a methane gas, and that actually is a major contribution to warming the earth. Also, 1/2 of all the water we use to produce food goes to feeding animals. Water is a very valuable resource. Some people say the next wars will be fought not about oil, but about water. And we're feeding half of it to the animals. Also, 80% of the land that we use for making food goes to animals. And other pollution, like when you get a lot of animals together, you're going to get shit, a lot of shit. And then that concentration goes into the streams and into the groundwater. It causes major problems. Of course, we have to move all these animals around, and it's centrally located, so we're sending them all over. We're burning a lot of fuel. I've told you about some environmental reasons. Now I'm going to tell you about personal reasons. Well, one is cost. You guys are all students. Did you know that a vegetarian diet is 1/3 cheaper than a meat diet? You'll save 1/3 of the money, which you would. Also, spiritual reasons. You may not think about it, but you're involved in this whole thing. You're helping to kill these animals. When you go to McDonald's or you're eating meat, somebody is killing them for you. And in addition, these animals are not treated well. They're often, sometimes these chickens never get to walk around at all. They're in a cage their whole life because it's a business. It's like a factory. Also, if you become a vegetarian, you're going to probably eat a more adventurous diet. Do you know that there are hundreds of kinds of rice? But most people in Korea only eat 1 or 2. But as a vegetarian, you're going to naturally look for other choices and become an adventurous eater. So I've told you a lot of reasons why you should be a vegetarian, but I know that in your mind you're still thinking, well, yeah, I know, but I really like meat. I love it. I couldn't live without it. Well, I want to show you a picture. You know what that guy's doing? He's shooting up the drugs, heroin, into his blood. And if you ask him, why are you doing that? He'd say, I know it's bad for me, but I really like it. The same like you. So even though I've told you all these reasons, your only reason is that you like it. Well, if you like it, if that's your main reason, why don't you use heroin? If that's your reason. But I know you won't, because you know that it's bad for you and it's bad for the world. But in my opinion, meat isn't a drug. You've got to get rid of it. You know this guy? Albert Einstein, one of the smartest people ever to live in the world. He said, nothing will benefit human health and increase the chances of survival on Earth as the evolution to a vegetarian diet. I told you many reasons why you could be a vegetarian. If you won't do it for your health, if you won't do it for the health of the environment and the earth, if you won't do it for personal reasons, then please do it for him. Thank you. Okay, let's talk about my speech.